Last call for registration. Last call to get yourself signed up for today's events. If you're not making your way to the window, you're not going to make it. Once again, any beginner league riders, today is your day to have the parade lap. You should be making your way on up to the back of the hill. 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. We'll get today's events kicked off. Registration is closed. Registration is closed. We'll get our flag carriers out at that first obstacle, and we'll get our Sunday Funday rolling on. All righty, looks like we got our flag carriers out at that first obstacle. Now is the time we pay tribute to all the men and women of our armed services, both past and present. If everybody could please rise, face the flag, proudly flying at the south end of the arena, remove your ball caps. Here's today's parade lap and your national anthem. You all right? Alrighty, we got our track all cleared off. We'll go ahead and open up third and fourth straight for our balance bike warm-ups. to bring balance bike warm-ups to a close. We got our 4-year-old balance bikes lock loaded, ready to go. Gate comes down on this one. 4-year-old balance bikes on the track. Total points racing for these little tykes. We got Leo Southbloom, Van Hoover, and Mary ripping around that full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. That's going to be Mary sitting on that top spot right now. Only been a month and a half, but I can still pick a couple of these little tykes out. That's going to be Leo Southbloom sitting on that 2 spot. Van Hoover making a run at it, taking over that 2 spot. It's going to be Mary picking up that low score. Round number 1. Van Hoover holding on to it. Going to get that 2 spot. Leo Southbloom going to get that 3. 2 racks of 3-year-old balance bikes today. 2 riders out of each rack going to make it on for a full rack in the main event. Gate comes down on our first rack of 3-year-old balance bike riders. 2 of them making it straight on into a main event. We got Ling, Clark, Moore, Jednek, Skalicki, and Evans ripping around that last corner, back on down that last straight. That's going to be the 380 ride. That's going to be Moore sitting on that top spot, leading the charge over to that table. That's the 594 Clark sitting on that 2. So Moore going to get a transfer spot. And the 594 ride, Clark, going to pick up that second transfer. Second rack of our 3-year-old balance bikes on the track. 2 of these little tykes moving straight on. 6 riders strong. We got Dougherty, Velez, Lizhoff, Carnahan, Jovetic, and Brady ripping around that last corner, back down that last straight. The teeny tiny numbers, hard to read. 252 ride. I'm going with the 252. That's going to be Jovetic sitting on that top spot. We got the 847 ride. Carnahan sitting on that 2. Jovetic coming down across the line. Going to lock in 1 transfer spot. We got a race for the second transfer. It's going to be the 847. Carnahan picking up your second transfer out of moto number 3. One and 2-year-old balance bikes on the track. All 2-year-olds today taking 3 straight on into a main event. We got Record, Mogensen, Martin, Sorgert, Moore, Holmgren, and Skwarek ripping around. We got a whole gaggle of them coming around that last corner. Some side-by-side action, trying to sort things out as they work their way back down that last straight, bumping bars as they go, trying to keep them on their feet. That's going to be the 733 ride. That's Sorgert sitting on that top spot right now. We're 3 wide on that 2 and 3. The 326 coming out. That's Mogensen sitting on that 2. So Sorgert moving on. Mogensen going to move on in the 860 ride. Skwarek going to pick up that 3rd transfer spot out of moto number 4. Back up to the top of the hill, 4-year-old balance bikes, round number 2. We got Leo Southbloom, Van Hoover, and Mary Working their way down that third straight. That's going to be Mary coming out on that top spot. We got Leo Southbloom and Van Hoover battling out on that 2 and 3. Van Hoover holding on to that 2 spot right now. Southbloom trying to reel her in as they bring it on back down that last straight, but it's all Mary right now. Mary going to bring it up across that table, trying to hold on to that bucket. Bronco, he's going to pick up that low score in round number 2. Van Hoover bringing it up across. She's going to get that 2 spot. Leo Southbloom bringing it on home. He's going to get that 3. Back up to the top of the hill, 3-year-old balance bikes, first rack on the track. We got Ling, Jednek, Skalicki, and Evans. 2 of these riders moving on, 2 of them going home with a freezy out of round number 2. They're going to have to hit up the concessions. Mom and Dad going to have to get them some ice cream. Grandma and Grandpa, whoever's here, working their way down that last straight. I cannot read that first plate. 863, that's going to be Evans sitting on that top spot. Evans going to lock in 1 transfer spot. That's a 204 ride. That's going to be Skalicki bringing it on home, picking up that last transfer out of moto number 2. Jednek and Ling both going home with a freezy out of round number 2. Second rack of 3-year-olds on the track. 2 of these little tykes moving on. 2 of them going home out of round number 2. We got Dougherty, Velez, Lizhoft, and Renegade Brady. They're in a group 4 wide, heading in and out of the full tilt turn. We got crossing the corner, bumping tires as they rip it on back down that last straight. Side by side on those front 2 as they work up over those big obstacles. I swear these numbers are getting smaller on these striders as they work their way down. That's going to be the 614. That's Dougherty sitting on that top spot. We got the 350 ride. Velez holding on to that too. Dougherty stalling out on the table. Velez coming by the 882 ride. Lizhoff, both of them going to move on. Dougherty going to get himself a freezy, and Renegade Brady going home with a freezy. They'll have to hit up the concessions and get some ice cream. 1 and 2-year-old balance bikes back on the track. 4 little tykes in this. They're all going to make that main event. Looks like 3 of them answering the call. We got Record, Moore, and Holmgren working their way down. We got a wrong way rider on the track. We got to get him cleared off. That way when they come on by, we don't have a collision. Working their way back down that last straight. That's going to be the 215 ride. That's Holmgren holding on to that top spot right now, working his way down that last straight. The other riders out there working their way over those obstacles. Holmgren going to bring it up across that table. He's going to cross first. The 727 ride, that's Record sitting on that 2 spot, working their way across that table. He's going to come across second. The 276 ride, that's Moore bringing it on home. Moore going to bring it across that line on that 3 spot. Main event time, 4-year-old balance bikes on the track. This is a 2-4-6 total points race. We got Mary sitting on 2, Van Hoover sitting on 4, Leo Southbloom sitting on 6. That's Mary sitting on that top spot right now, working their way down that last straight. Leo Southbloom sitting on that 2. Van Hoover trying to make the pass down that last straight. They're keeping it tight as they work their way on home, but it's all Mary right now. He's going to finish out a perfect day of laps with that 1 in the overall 1. Van Hoover trying to make the pass across the table. She's going to cross second with the overall 2. And Leo Southbloom bringing it on home for that 3 in the overall 3. 3-year-old balance bikes getting locked, loaded, ready to go. 8 little tykes strong. It's going to be a full gate of these little striders. It's like herding cats on top of the hill. They're almost ready to go. Three-year-old balance bikes on the track. All of them getting out of the gate clean. 8 Little Tyke strong. We got Clark, Morris, Kalicki, Evans, Velez, Lizoff, Carnahan, and Jovetic ripping around that last corner, starting to stretch things out back down that last straight. That looks like the 380 ride. That's going to be Moore sitting on that top spot right now. We got the 594 ride. Clark sitting on that 2. Moore going to cross, getting the 1 today. Clark bringing it on home for the 2, the 252 ride. Jovetic bringing it on home. Gonna get that 3rd spot on the podium today. Everybody else getting a freezy, good, clean racing out of the future of BMX right there. Main event time for our 2-year-old balance bikes. 6 Little Tyke strong in this one. We got Record, Mogensen, Sorgert, Moore, Holmgren, and Squarick ripping on around that full tilt turn, working their way back down that last straight, starting to stretch things out as they bring it on home. Hopefully nobody pauses on this one on the table. Here they come. That's a 733 ride. That's Sorgert sitting on that top spot right now. He's got the 727 record right on his hip pocket as they bring it on home. It's going to be the 733 Sorgert with the 1 today. Record going to get that 2. The 326 ride bringing it on home. That's Mogensen going to get that 3rd spot on the podium. That's going to do it for our balance bike racing. Riders, go ahead and listen up. This will be your riders meeting. And Sunday Funday racing about to go down, kicking it off with the 7-8 mixed open. Gate comes down on this one. 3 riders today out of moto number 5. We got Mogensen, Clearsey, and Sullivan. Total points racing action, taking it on down that first straight. Single file coming around corner number 1, working their way back down that second straight. We got the arm of the skeleton covering plates as they go. That's a state 10 ride. That's going to be Mogensen sitting on that top spot. We got Clearsey sitting on that 2. Sullivan sitting on that 3. Losing Sullivan going down that third straight. Get them picked back up, checked out. As the next moto is on the track as they take it single file back down that last straight. It's all the state 10 right now. Mogensen going to pick up that low score, the 721. Clearsey going to pick up that 2 spot. Coming around corner number 2, moto number 6 on the track. Big round of applause for our down rider. You guys can do better than that. They got helmets on. They're out here putting it on the line. 2 riders moving on our 9-10 mix open. That's going to be Miss Ray working her way back down that last straight, picking up 1 transfer spot. That's going to be the A-Ride, Cyclone Barg, picking up that second transfer out of moto number 6. Down rider back up. He's going to finish it on the tires. That's going to be Sullivan working his way around that last corner. Give him one more big round of applause as he works his way down that last straight. There we go. It's Sunday. We're not in church. We're not sleeping. It's almost 1 o'clock. I was going to say noon, but it's almost 1 now. 11-12 mixed open on the track. 2 of these riders moving straight on into the main event out of moto number 7. We got the Dominator Feist, Dilly Bartilke. Sounds like we should be calling him Georgia the Jungle after his run-in with a tree yesterday. Good to see him on the track. We got Blanker and Firecracker Schweigert. That's a Gold Cup 3. That's going to be the guy that runs into the trees. The 864. Blanker's sitting on that 2 spot. Firecracker, she's just out there for a Sunday ride, working her way around the track, but it's all the Dilly Bar right now. He's going to lead him on back down that last straight, looking to pick up that first transfer as he brings it on home. The 864 ride, Blanker bringing it on home, going to pick up that second transfer. 9-10 open on the track, taking 2 out of this one. We got Slingshot Stopka, Simmons, El Papi Ortiz, Simmons, and Easy Escalona. Working them on around. That's state 5. That's going to be Simmons, followed up by the 7 ride. That's going to be Easy E sitting on that 2 spot for level up as they work it in and out of the full tilt turn back down that last straight. It's all Henry Simmons in this one. He's going to lock in 1 spot. Easy E going to pick up your second transfer out of moto number 8. Moto number 9 on the track now, 8 and under. Young Lady Cruiser. We got Don't Call Me Little Brady, Ducky Farley, and Fireball Breheim working their way down that second straight. That's going to be the Gold Cup 3. That's going to be the Fireball for Fusion, followed up by Prodigy Colors. That's going to be Don't Call Me Little Brady. We got Factory Carbone Colors sitting on that 3 spot, trying to better her score as they work their way in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. It's all the Fireball right now. She's going to lock in that low score. Battling it out on that 2 and 3. Don't Call Me Little Brady holding on for that 2 spot. Ducky Farley, not for lack of effort. She's going to get that 3. 36-40 young ladies on the track. Now we got Lee Zamora, Kim Possible, Farley, and Gathridge. That's going to be Kim Possible for Factory Carbone Cartel sitting on that top spot. We got Lee for Bent Rim sitting on that 2, working their way back to the stripe. Farley going to get 1 transfer spot. Lee bringing it on home. She's going to pick up that second transfer. Moving on back to moto number 9, the 16 ride, Don't Call Me Little Brady, going to be moved to last for a last straight infraction. So Ducky Farley going to pick up that 2 spot. 9-year-old cruiser out there now. We got Kurth and Mr. Ray Ray. That's going to be the orange bike of Mr. Ray Ray sitting on that top spot right now. He's going to pick up that low score. We got the 4 ride. That's going to be Jake Kurth picking up that 2 spot. Pete Kurth going to get that 3. 17-20 cruiser on the track. We got the Atomic Kennedy Norberg and T-Train Hoff. That's going to be the Atomic Kennedy for FXR ride sitting on that top spot, leading them in and out of the full tilt turn. We got T-Train sitting on that 2 spot, bringing them on down to the stripe. Kennedy going to get that low score. T-Train going to get that 2 spot. Norberg going to get that 3. When the gate lights up, you know what time it is. The Weebles and Wobbles are on the track. 5 and under novice working their way around corner number 1. We got the Alex Mo Show, Mo Sullivan, Mogensen, Reichel, the Crusher, Brady, and Ike We're going to take 3 of these little tykes straight on into a main event. That's 154. Sullivan sitting on that top spot. Reichel sitting on that 2 spot. The 251 ride. Crusher Brady sitting on that 3 as they stretch him out back down that 3rd straight, in and out of the full tilt turn, bringing him back at you. It's all Sullivan right now, all the way from Cambridge, Minnesota, riding it out back down that last straight. Sullivan going to pick up 1 transfer spot. Reichel for Crank Lab going to get a spot. We got a battle on for that last transfer as they bring it on down to the stripe, but it's going to be Brady holding on to it. Crusher Brady picking up that 3rd transfer. 7-year-old novice out there now taking 2. We got Clearsy Shore, X-Man Leaf, and Barteld. X-Man, yeah, X-Man. X-Men, all the same. Working their way around that full tilt turn. That's going to be Barteld sitting on that top spot right now, working them on back down to the stripe. Clearsy sitting on that 2 spot for the beginner league. So Barteld going to get 1 transfer spot. Clearsy bringing it on home, going to pick up that 2nd transfer. 9-year-old novice out there now taking 3. We got Roy Loma, Cantos, the Wrecker, McDonough, Tarnaski, Craig, and Perez. That's 111. Tarnaski sitting on that top spot right now. 3 of these riders moving on. He's going to pick up 1 spot. The 321 ride, Cantos going to pick up a spot. And the 804 ride, bringing it on home, the Wrecker, McDonough, going to pick up that 3rd transfer out of moto number 15. Moto number 16 out there now, 11-year-old novice. We got the Dominator, Feast, something like that. Colath, Blanker, Carroll, and Record. That's 492. Carroll sitting on that top spot, followed up by the 871 of Colath. And the 726 ride, Record, trying to reel him in, picking up a transfer spot. We're going to take 2 straight on into a main event as they bring it back down that last straight. Carroll going to lock in 1 transfer. And the 871 ride, Colath going to pick up that 2nd transfer spot out of motor number 16. Motor number 17 out there now, 12-year-old novice. We got Velez, Anderson, Cadwell, and Martin bringing them back down that 2nd straight. That's going to be the 874 ride. That's Anderson, Cadwell for the Beginners League sitting on that top spot. The 876 of Martin sitting on that 2. Velez sitting on that 3, trying to cut that 2nd quarter. Couldn't quite make it stick as they work their way in and out of the full tilt turn. Every round counts for these riders in this total points race. It's going to be Anderson Cadwell bringing it on home, picking up that skinny digit in round number 1. Martin going to get that 2. Velez going to get that 3. 13-year-old novice out there now taking 2 out of this one. We got Carroll, Geese, Lonsky, Phillips, and Evans. That's going to be Carroll sitting on that top spot. Looks like Evans figuring out those corners. She's moving up into that 2 spot, working their way back down. Carroll going to log in 1 transfer in the 767 right of Evans. Going to pick up that 2nd transfer out of moto number 18. Moto number 19 out there now, 41-45 novice. We got Perez, Fast Graham, some more. Charlie Loma, Leaf Sr., and Lee working their way in and out of that 2nd corner. One of the sketchiest classes in BMX. We don't have Icy Hot in the building today, so keep it rubber side down. Working their way back down that last straight. That's going to be Fast Cramps locking in 1 transfer spot. 1 more transfer spot up for grabs. It's going to be the 854 ride bringing it on home. Charlie Luoma picking up that 2nd transfer. 6-year-old intermediate out there now, moto number 20. Take it 2. We got Mogensen, McGowan, Simmons, and Carnahan. It's a 60 ride. Carnahan sitting on that top spot, followed up by the state 10 of Mogensen. As they work their way back down that 3rd straight, McGowan for Bent Rim trying to find his way up into a transfer spot as they take it in and out of the full tilt turn, back down that last straight. It's all Carnahan right now. I think Mom's getting more of a workout yelling on that finish. Last straight, it's going to be Carnahan and Mogensen both moving on. 8-year-old intermediate on the track. We got the electric Enzo Moss, McGowan all over Ford and Simon. That's Moss sitting on that top spot right now. We got Ford all over Ford for Fusion sitting on that 2 spot. So it's Crank Lab and Fusion Colors leading them out. Losing our 2nd rider all over Ford, losing it in that 3rd corner. We'll get him checked out. So the electric Enzo Moss going to lock in 1 transfer. 2nd transfer up for grabs. It's going to be McGowan getting it at the line out of motor number 21. 22 on the track now. 10-year-old intermediate. We got Lonsky, Schweiger, Cannonball Brady, Tough Cookie Ford, Cyclone Bard, Cash Money Breheim, and Birkeland. That's going to be Tough Cookie sitting on that top spot right now, leading them down that last straight. Birkeland sitting on the 2. They're both going to move on. And the A ride, I don't know who has an A. Scoring, who has an A? We'll figure out that third transfer when we get there. Downrider back up. Give him a big round of applause as he finishes it out on the tires. Sounds like the A ride is going to be Cyclone Barg picking up our third transfer out of moto number 22. We are going to be rolling right into second round, so when we get down to those last few motos, second round, you should be making your way back to staging. 12-year-old intermediate on the track, taking 2 out of this one. We got Geese, Daily Bar, Tilke, Twiz, Tarnaski, and Zeke Lightning Moss taking 2 out of this rack as they bring it down that second straight. That's going to be the 770. Geese sitting on that top spot right now, the 312 ride. Zeke Lightning sitting on that 2 spot as they take it single file back down that third straight, in and out of the full tilt turn, bringing them back at you. It's all Geese right now. He's going to lead them on back down to the stripe, locking in 1 transfer spot. Looks like Electric Enzo Moss going to hold on for that second transfer. Welcome to the Girls Club. Starting it out with our 7-year-old young ladies, we got Kurth, Bubbly Bella Moe, and Casey Ray Mings. That's going to be Bubbly Bella sitting on that top spot. Casey Ray sitting on that 2 spot. Kurth sitting on that 3. Total points racing for these little ladies as they round out that last corner, battling it out for that top spot. Both of them want that skinny digit out of round number 1, but it's going to be Bubbly Bella getting it. Casey Ray going to get that 2 spot. Kurth going to get that 3. Turning the page, moto number 25, 10-year-old young ladies. We got Miss Ray, Fireball, Breheim, and Reichel. That's going to be Miss Ray sitting on that top spot for Level Up. We got the Fireball for Fusion sitting on that 2 spot. Reichel for Crank Lab sitting on that 3. It's all Miss Ray in this one. She's going to pick up that low score out of round number 1. Reichel and the Fireball battling out. Reichel making the pass, going to pick up that 2 spot. The Fireball going to get that 3. 13-year-old young ladies on the track. We got Little Red McCauley, Lanigan, Avocado, Duncanson, and the Firecracker Schweigert. That's going to be Little Red sitting on that top spot for Ameriprise Full Tilt. She's got the Firecracker right on her hip pocket, leading them on back down to the stripe. It's going to be McCauley and Schweigert both moving on. 8-year-old expert on the track now, moto number 27. We got El Papi Ortiz, Kurth, Simmons, and Kurth. Heading in and out of corner number 2. That's the 3 ride. That's going to be El Papi Ortiz sitting on that top spot. We got Simmons sitting on that 2 spot, riding it out for Embrace Orthodontics, and Black Widow working their way back down that last straight. It's all Black Widow colors right now. Simmons trying to make a run at Ortiz, but both of them going to move on. Ortiz and Simmons both transferring. Moto number 28 out there now, 9-year-old expert. We got Easy Escalona, Simon, Slingshot Stopka, and Mr. Ray Ray working their way back down that third straight. That's going to be Easy E sitting on that top spot. Second round, you should be making your way back to staging. It's all Level Up in this one. Easy E picking up 1 transfer spot, and the red bike of Mr. Ray Ray picking up that second transfer. Once again, second round, you guys should be filling the chutes. 12-year-old expert out there now taking 2. We got the Flying Hot Dog Lawrence, or T-Train Hoff, Hertz, and Simmons working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. That's going to be Hertz sitting on that top spot right now, leading them on back down that last straight. We got the 3 ride. That's going to be T-Train, both moving on. 14-year-old expert out there now, total points racing in this one. We got Xanderbolt, Moss, Lockinen, and Kat Kendall Eland. That's going to be Lockinen for Crank Lab, leading them in and out of that full tilt turn. We got Kat Kendall sitting on that 2 spot. Xanderbolt sitting on that 3. That's how it's going to go down. Lockinen, Eland, Moss. Last rack of round number 1 on the track, taking 3, 26-35 expert. We got the red 95, Kachow, Simmons, Pinsky, Tufty, Atomic, Kennedy, Oberg, Mole, Kim Possible, Farley, and Bowman working their way back down that last straight. That's the Atomic Kennedy going to lock in 1 spot. Pinsky, Tufty getting a spot. Looks like Mole going to pick up that 3. We need to get the tires checked on the red 95. If you need autographs, he'll be at the finish line all day. Kachow, Simmons not making the main event yet. Round number 1 in the books. Round number 2, you should be filling the gates. Don't forget, go check out concessions. Obviously, they got way too much time on their hands. They're over there dancing it out. Go get yourself some hot eats. Beginner League riders, do not forget, you guys are getting your certificates during intermission. So when we get down towards our last moto, make sure you guys are over by the podium. We will be doing Beginner League certificates during intermission. This is for the parents because the riders ain't listening. Parents, make sure your Beginner League riders are down by the podium during intermission. For any of our YouTube watchers at home, we apologize. We are on a still camera today. We're always looking for more members to join the Green Shirt Club. If you guys are interested in volunteering, go talk to Kara. She's over in the cage today. Always looking for more volunteers to help out here at Rum River BMX. We are 100% run by volunteers. Even the cool people that get to talk on the mic. The other ones, not this one. Or she ain't in the cage. That don't help. Come on, somebody find Kara. All righty, round number 2, locked, loaded, ready to go. Kicking it off with our 7-8 mixed open. Gate comes down on this one. Total points racing. They got to run all 3 rounds. Low points at the end, just like golf is what matters. We got Mogensen, Clearsey, and Sullivan working their way in and out of that first corner, back down that second straight. That's going to be the state 10. That's going to be Mogensen sitting on that top spot right now. We got the 721. Clearsey sitting on that 2. Sullivan sitting on that 3 spot. See if they can all keep it rubber side down in this one as they work it back down that third straight. It's all Mogensen right now, riding it out for mom and dad. We got some Beginner League jerseys in there. All kinds of stuff going down in this one. Working their way back down that last straight. Mogensen looking to pick up that low score in round number 2. He's going to get it. Clearsey made a run at it, but only wound up with that 2. Sullivan going to get that 3 spot. 9-10 mixed open on the track. 2 riders left in this one. We got Reichel and Cash Money Breheim. That's going to be Cash Money sitting on that top spot right now for Fusion. We got Reichel for Cranklab sitting on that 2 spot. We're going to single file back down that last straight. Cash Money crossing first. Reichel going to cross second out of moto number 6. Moto number 7 out there now, 11-12 mixed open. We got the Dominator Feist. Firecracker Schweigert, that's Firecracker sitting on that top spot. We got the 970, that's the Dominator, riding it out for the Beginners League. He's sitting on that 2 spot right now. Firecracker rounding out that full tilt turn. Working her way on back down to the stripe. She's going to cross first. The Dominator bringing it on home. He's going to cross second. Once again, make sure you make your way back to full tilt today. Logan celebrating his 17th birthday. Go wish him a happy birthday today. We got Slingshot, Stopka in this one. El Papi Ortiz and Simmons, 9-10 open, working their way back down that third straight. That's going to be El Papi Ortiz sitting on that top spot. We got the Chrome Dome of Slingshot sitting on that 2 spot. That's going to be Simmons sitting on that 3, working their way back down to the stripe. El Papi Ortiz crossing first, Slingshot crossing second, Simmons crossing third. 8 and under, Young Lady Cruisers on the track. Total points racing in this one. We got Don't Call Me Little Brady, Ducky Farley, and Fireball Breheim. That's going to be the Fireball Gold Cup 3 sitting on that top spot. In and out of corner number 2, we got Ducky sitting on that 2 spot. That's going to be Don't Call Me Little Brady for Prodigy sitting on that 3. Ducky trying to take a run at the Fireball as they round out that full tilt turn back down that last straight. It's all Fusion right now, but Factory Car Bone Cartel making a run at it. It's going to be the Fireball getting that low score. Farley going to get that 2 spot. Don't Call Me Little Brady going to get that 3. 3640 Young Ladies on the track. Now we got Zamora and Gathridge. That's going to be Gathridge sitting on that top spot right now. We got Zamora riding it out for the Beginners League sitting on that 2 spot, working their way single file in and out of the full tilt turn back down that last straight. It's all Gathridge right now. She's going to work her way on back down to the stripe, crossing first. Zamora crossing second. We'll get back to all those announcements in a minute. 9-year-old cruiser out there now, total points raising. We got Kurth and Mr. Ray Ray. Mr. Ray Ray sitting on that top spot. He's going to pick up that low score in round number 2. We got the 4 ride, Jake Kurth. He's going to get that 2 spot. Pete Kurth going to get that 3. 2 announcements. Rolling back to moto number 8. El Papi Ortiz being moved to last for a 30-foot infraction. Moto number 9, the Fireball being moved to last for a last straight infraction. So El Papi Ortiz being moved to last and the Fireball both being moved to last. 1720 cruiser out there now. The Atomic Kennedy, Norberg, and T-Train. It's going to go Kennedy, T-Train, and Norberg. 1, 2, 3. 5 and under novice back on the track. It's our little weebles and wobbles. They use the whole track side to side. They weeble, they wobble, but they won't go down. We got the Alex Mosho Mogensen and Ike. 3 riders left, 3 riders battling it out for gate pick. That's the 118. That's going to be the Alex Mosho sitting on that top spot. The 309 of Mogensen sitting on that 2. The 773 of Ike sitting on that 3 spot as they work it back down that 3rd straight in and out of the full tilt turn. It's always fun when you get to see Striders move up to the big bikes. They look a lot different on pedals, but that's going to be the Mosho bringing it on home. She's going to cross first. The 309 ride, Mogensen bringing it on home, trying to hold on to it. He's going to cross second. Ike going to bring it on home, crossing third. 7-year-old novice on the track. Now we got Shore and X-Man Leaf. That's a 341 ride. That's Shore sitting on that top spot right now. X-Man sitting on that 2 spot. Shore riding it out for mom and dad. X-Man riding it out for the Beginners League as they round out that full tilt turn back down that last straight. It's all Leaf or Shore in this one. He's going to work it on back down that stripe, checking out the crowd as he goes. Probably want to watch where you're going. Shore crossing first. X-Man bringing it on home, going to cross second. 9-year-old novice out there now, moto number 15. We got Roe Luoma, Craig, and Perez working their way down that 2nd straight. That's a 177 ride. That's going to be Roe sitting on that top spot right now. We got a side-by-side battle for that 2 and 3, trying to hold on to him as they go. The 837, that's going to be Craig holding on to that 2 spot right now. Perez sitting on that 3 as they take it in and out of that full tilt turn. It's all Roe Luoma in this one, bringing it on back down to the stripe. Luoma going to cross first. Craig holding on to that 2 spot right now. Both of these riders riding it out, sporting those Beginner League jerseys. Great way to get introduced into the sport of BMX. Craig going to cross second. Perez crossing third. 11-year-old novice out there now. 3 riders left. We got the Dominator Feist, Blinker, and Record. Record sitting on that top spot right now, bringing it on back down that last straight. Blinker sitting on that 2 spot. It's going to be Record crossing first. Blinker bringing it on home, going to cross second. The 970 ride, the Dominator bringing it on home on that 3. 12-year-old novice out there now. Total points race in action in this one. We got Velez, Anderson, Cadwell, and Martin working their way back down that 3rd straight. That's going to be Anderson Cadwell sitting on that top spot. We got Martin riding it out for his family, sitting on that 2 spot. Velez sitting on that 3. Single file style back down that last straight. It's going to go Anderson Cadwell with that low score. Martin going to get that 2 spot. Velez bringing it on home for that 3. 13-year-old novice on the track. We got Geese, Lonsky, and Phillips. Phillips sitting on that top spot. Geese sitting on that 2. Lonsky sitting on that 3. Stretching them out back down that last straight. Single file style back down to the stripe. The 791. Phillips going to cross first. Geese bringing it on home. Going to cross second. Lonsky crossing third. Moto number 19 on the track now. 41-45 novice. 3 riders left in this one. They're side by side. The front 2 as they round out that 2nd corner. That's going to be 899. Leaf Senior sitting on that top spot. We got Lee sitting on that 2 spot. Perez sitting on that 3. Rounding out that full tilt turn back down that last straight. Leaf Senior holding on to that top spot. Lee shaking her head. No, she's going to cross second. And that's going to be Perez bringing it on down the line, crossing third. 6-year-old intermediate out there now. We got McGowan and Simmons left in this one. Both riders looking to make this main event, battling it out for that gate pick. That's going to be Bent Rimcolor sitting on that top spot. That's going to be McGowan. Simmons sitting on that 2 spot, riding it out for Embrace Orthodontics, working their way in and out of the full tilt turn, trying to keep it tire to tire. Little Miss Simmons trying to reel in McGowan as they bring it on back down that last straight, but it's all McGowan right now. McGowan going to cross first. Simmons crossing second. 8-year-old intermediate out there. We got all over Ford and Simon. All over Ford back out there after his little spill in round number 1. He's sitting on that top spot, riding it out for Fusion. We got Simon sitting on that 2 spot, working their way back down in and out of the full tilt turn, keeping it tight. Simon trying to get under in corner number 3, seeing if he can reel him in as they bring it on down to the stripe. Just didn't quite have the gas. It's going to go Ford and Simon. Motor number 22 on the track now, 10-year-old intermediate. We got Lonsky, Schweigert, Cannonball Brady, and Cash Money Breheim. That's Cash Money sitting on that top spot as they work it back down that 3rd straight. Everybody gonna make it, working on their gate picks as they come in and out of the full tilt turn. It's all Fusion colors in this one. Cash Money bringing it on back down the stripe, crossing first. The 544, Lonsky crossing second. The State 6, Schweigert third, and Cannonball crossing 4th. 12-year-old intermediate out there. We got Dilly Bartelke and Twiz Tarnaski. Whole lot of black sheep in this one. That's going to be Twiz sitting on that top spot, both sporting Gold Cup 2 and 3 as they work it on back down that 3rd straight. Twiz making the way, looking for any trees as they work back down that last straight. Dilly Bar says, I don't see no trees in my way. I'm making a run at it now. He's going to cross first. Twiz dropping back, going to cross second. Welcome to the Girls Club. 7-year-old young ladies on the track. Total points racing. I got Kurth, Bubbly, Bella Mo, and Casey Ray Mings. That's going to be factory rip colors. That'll be Casey Ray sitting on that top spot. Bubbly Bella sitting on that 2 spot, riding it out for standard. We got Kurth for Bent Rim sitting on that 3, stretching them out single file back down that last straight. Casey Ray going to cross, getting that low score in round number 2. Bubbly Bella going to get that 2 spot. Kurth going to get that 3. 10-year-old young ladies on the track. We got Miss Ray, Fireball, Breheim, and Reichel. That's going to be Miss Ray for Level Up sitting on that top spot. The Fireball for Fusion sitting on that 2. Reichel for Crank Lab sitting on that 3 spot. Taking them single file in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight. It's all Miss Ray in this one. Miss Ray going to bring it on home. She's going to get that low score in round number 2. The Fireball holding on, going to get that 2 spot. Reichel going to get that 3. 13-year-old young ladies on the track. We got Lanigan and the Avocado Duncanson. Looks like Level Up color sitting on that top spot. Fusion making the pass in and out of corner number 2. That's going to be the Avocado moving on up. Lanigan dropping back to that 2 spot, working their way around on a pump lap as they head in and out of the full tilt turn. Lanigan turning pedals, cheating the system. Avocado turning pedals. They're working their way back down that last straight side by side. Lanigan going to get it to the line first. Duncanson crossing second. Looks like we got some technical difficulties up in the gate, getting them fixed up. Don't need to be losing any parts on the track in this one. All righty, it looks like we got our technical difficulties figured out. The brothers are loaded, lock loaded, ready to go. Moto number 27 on the track, 8-year-old expert. We got Kurth and Kurth, Jake Kurth, Pete Kurth, both bent rim riders working their way back down that first straight, in and out of that first corner, bringing them back at you. These brothers battle it out day in and day out. It's always fun to watch them. It's the one ride sitting on that top spot. That's going to be Jake Kurth. Pete Kurth right on his hip pocket as they take it in and out of that second corner, back down that third straight, working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. Once again, all of my beginner league riders should be down by the podium. Every beginner league rider should be at the podium, but it's all Jake Kurth right now. He's going to bring it on down to the stripe, crossing first. His brother Pete Kurth going to cross second. 9-year-old expert on the track. We got Simon and Slingshot Stopka in this one. That's going to be the Chrome Dome Slingshot sitting on that top spot. Teammates battling it out. That's going to be Simon sitting on that 2 spot as they work their way in and out of the full tilt turn, back down that last straight. It's all Slingshot in this one. Slingshot going to lead him on back down to the stripe, crossing first. Simon crossing second. 12-year-old expert on the track now, motor number 29. We got the Flying Hot Dog Lorenzer and Simmons. That's a state 5. That's going to be Simmons leading them in and out of corner number 2. The Flying Hot Dog sitting on that 2 spot, working their way in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Embrace Orthodontics colors in this one. Simmons going to lead them on back down to the stripe, crossing first. Lawrence are bringing it on home, going to cross second. 14-year-old expert out there now, total points racing out of moto number 30. We got Xanderbolt, Moss, Lockinen, and Cat Kendall Leland. That's going to be Lockinen airing it out with a little seat grab in and out of corner number 2, giving a little style. Cat Kendall sitting on that 2 spot. Xanderbolt, Moss sitting on that 3 spot. In and out of the full tilt turn. They come back down that last straight. It's all Lockinen right now. He's going to lock in that low score. Cat Kendall going to get that 2 spot. Xanderbolt going to get that 3. Last rack of qualifying racing, 26:35 expert. We got Kachow, Simmons, the red 95, Olberg, and Kim Possible, Farley, and Bowman. That's going to be Bowman sitting on that top spot, beating up on the red 95. The Lightning Bolt sitting on that 2 spot. Olberg sitting on that 3. Kim Possible sitting on that 4 spot as they round out that last corner, back down that last straight. Bowman toying with Kachow. They're going to bring it to the stripe. Bowman crossing first. Kachow crossing second. Olberg and Kim Possible on that 3 and 4. That's going to do it for our qualifying race. And once again, I need all of my beginner league riders at the podium so we can hand out some certificates, so I can butcher some names. We will go ahead and open up first and second straight only for our 12 and over experts, and we'll be right back at you for the main event. All righty, we're going to kick it off with our giveaways. First off, I got an ice cream treat going out to Mackie Reichel. Little Miss Reichel, come on up. You're getting yourself an ice cream if I don't eat it first. I got a slushie going out to, we'll do that one later. That's Zamore. She's got other things to tend to. Zamore, you're getting yourself a slushie. I got a Gatorade or a Propel going out to the Chrome Dome of Slingshot Stopka. Come on down to the finish line. You might need it for the main event. All right, this is how this is going to work. You guys got this? Ready? See if the kids can do it better than the adults this time. I'm going to call your name. You're going to come see me. I'm going to hand you a certificate. Then you're going to say, well, skip Larry. Don't worry about him. Shake Alyssa's hand. Go up. Stand up by Kendall. She's hard to see up there, I know. All right. All of these riders have completed our beginner league, so this is their little graduation. We're going to hold our applause till the end. We're going to give them well, they have one more race. I get it. Yeah, don't forget to show up next week. Anyhow, you're graduating today, so Remington Ike, where is he? Come here. I don't bite. There's your certificate. Skip him. Give him a fist bump. Go on up to see Kendall up there on the hill. Shelly Zamore riding it out, showing the kids that it can still be done. Kimber Evans. Where's Kimber? Here's Kimber. How old are you? 13? She's almost as tall as me. Carly Craig. Where's Carly? There she is. Come on down. Act excited. You guys are graduating. Abel Anderson. There's Abel. A little smile. Just a little smile. Joseph Blanker, right? Is it Blanker? Am I saying it right? Blanker? Perfect. There you go, buddy. Xander Leaf. Where's Xander? There he is. All right, this one I might say wrong. Calvin, is it Colath? Yes. I'm not doing too bad today. This one I think I got wrong, though. Dominic, is it Feast or Feist? Dang it. I was right one time. Dominic Feist. Evelyn Record. Ember McDonough. Charlie Luoma. I was hoping the kid was first. No, we're doing the kid first. Ronan Luoma. There we go. Dad don't get to go before you. You go first. Leave him in the dust. There we go. Charlie Luoma. Tucker Clearsey. The future of BMX standing on the final table. Give him a big round of applause. Everybody smile big. Hold your certificates up for your parents. Give them a big wave. Anybody interested in the beginner league? We for sure got one more coming up. It's a great way to get into BMX, learn some introductory skills, get some practices in with some coaches. Great way to start your career in BMX. One more big round of applause for our beginner league graduates that still have one more race, so don't forget. All right, I need 3 volunteers. 3 volunteers to be ticket giver outers at the finish line. Anybody sitting around bored, come on down. Three volunteers to hand out tickets at the finish line. I got 1, I got 2, I need 1 more. One more volunteer, come on now. 1 more, I got 3. that sound. Main event, stage them on up. Main event, get them staged on up. All righty, race fans, Sunday Funday main event time. Kicking it off with our 7-8 mixed open. We got Mogensen, Clearsey, Sullivan. This is a 2-4-6 total points race, working their way down that first straight. That's going to be Mogensen sitting on that top spot right now. He's going to lead him in and out of that first corner. We got Clearsey sitting on that 2 spot. That's going to be Sullivan sitting on that 3, working their way back down that second straight, single file style, in and out of that second corner. It's all Mogensen right now, trying to work out his perfect day of laps, trying to finish it strong. Clearsey holding on to that 2 spot. Sullivan sitting on that 3. All 3 of them going to get to the podium today. Mogensen riding it out for mom and dad, says, I'm going to get to the top of the podium as he brings it on back down to the stripe. Mogensen going to cross first with the 1 in the overall 1. Clearsey crossing second with the overall 2. Sullivan going to get that overall 3. 9-10 mixed open on the track. Now we got Ray, Cyclone Bard, Cash Money Breheim, Reichel working their way in and out. That's going to be Miss Ray sitting on that top spot for level up. That's going to be Cyclone Bark sitting on that 2 spot. We got Cash Money sitting on that 3. Back down to the stripe. It's going to go Miss Ray with the top of the podium today. Cyclone going to get that 2 spot. Cash Money rounding out your podium on that 3. 11-12 mixed open on the track. We got Dilly Bar, Tilke, Blanker, Firecracker, Schweigert, and the Dominator Fleiss. That's going to be the Firecracker sitting on that top spot. We got the Dilly Bar sitting on that 2 spot, also known as Georgia the Jungle, working their way in and out. Back down that last straight. That's going to be Blanker sitting on that 3. Firecracker going to get to the top of the podium in this one. Dilly Bar going to get that 2 spot. Working their way back down. Blanker holding on to that 3 right now as the Dominator tries to reel him in back down that last straight. But it's going to be Blanker rounding out your podium on that 3. 9-10 open on the track now. We got Simmons, Easy Escalona, Slingshot, Stopka, Simmons, and El Papi Ortiz. That's going to be Simmons sitting on that top spot right now. He's got Easy E right on his hip pocket, bringing him down to the stripe. It's going to go Simmons, Escalona, Ortiz. 1, 2, 3. 8 and under Young Lady Cruiser on the track. This is a 3-4-5 total points race, so anything can happen in this one. We got Ducky Farley sitting on 3 points. Fireball Breheim sitting on 4 points. Don't Call Me Little Brady sitting on 5. That's going to be the Fireball for Fusion sitting on that top spot. We got Ducky for the Factory Carbone Cartel right on her back tire, in and out of the full tilt turn. Don't Call Me Little Brady for Prodigy sitting on that 3 spot. Side, trying to bring it up side by side. The Fireball holding on to that top spot. Crossing first. Ducky crossing second. That's a lot of math to do. Don't Call Me Little Brady, I could tell you third with... All right, we'll get back to that one. 36-40 Young Lady Cruiser on the track. We got Kim Possible, Farley, Chelsea Lee, and Gathridge and Zamore. That's going to be Kim Possible sitting on that top spot. She's going to get the 1 in the overall 1. Lee bringing it on home for the 2. Gathridge going to get that 3. So Breheim being moved to last for a last straight infraction. She's going to have 7 points. Ducky Farley going to get the 1 in the overall 1. It's a whole lot of math this late in the day. Don't Call Me Little Brady going to get the overall 2. Fireball going to get that overall 3. 36... Nope, got to turn the page, sorry. 9-year-old Cruiser out there now, 246 total points race. The orange bike of Mr. Ray Ray crossing first with the overall 1. We got the 4 ride. That's going to be Jake Kurth crossing second with that overall 2. Pete Kurth crossing third with the overall 3. 17-20 Cruiser on the track. Another 246 total points race. The Atomic Kennedy sitting on 2 points. T-Train sitting on 4 points. Norberg sitting on 6. Single file stretched out back down that last straight. FXR Colors crossing first with the overall 1. Black Widow Colors crossing second with the overall 2. Norberg going to get that overall 3. 5 and under novice. Our Weebles and Wobbles are back on the track. We got Sullivan, Reichel, Crusher, Brady, the Alex Mosho, Mo, Mogensen, and Ike working their way down that second straight. That's going to be the 154 ride. Sullivan sitting on that top spot. The 249 of Reichel sitting on that 2. The 251, Crusher, Brady, Crank Lab and Prodigy sitting on that 2 and 3 as they take them single file back down that last straight, working their way on home. It's all Sullivan right now. Sullivan leading the charge. Going to lead him on back down to the stripe, getting to the top of the podium today. Reichel for Crank Lab bringing it on home. Going to get that 2 spot. Crusher Brady going to round out your podium on that 3. 7-year-old novice on the track now. We got Bartheld, Clearsy, Shore, and X-Man Leaf. That's the 167 ride. Bartheld sitting on that top spot. The 721 ride, that's going to be Clearsy sitting on that 2. Shore sitting on that 3 spot. X-Man trying to find his way up into a podium spot as they take it in and out of the full tilt turn. Back down that last straight single file action. It's all Bartheld for Bartheld's small engine. He's going to get the top of the podium today. Bringing it on home, the 721. Clearsy going to get that 2 spot. The 341 ride ashore rounding out your podium for Mom and Dad on that 3. Gate comes down on model number 14, 9-year-old novice. We got Ternaski, Cantos, Wrecker, McDonough, Roy Luoma, Craig, and Perez working their way in and out of that first corner. Looks like that's going to be Tarnaski for Black Sheep sitting on that top spot, leading them down that second straight. We got the 321 ride, Cantos sitting on that 2 spot. The 804 ride, that's going to be the Wrecker McDonough sitting on that 3. The 177, Roy Loma, trying to find his way up into the podium as they round out that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Tarnaski in this one. He's going to leave him on down to the stripe, getting to the top of the podium today. Cantos going to get that 2 spot, the 804 ride. That's going to be the wrecker. He's going to round out your podium on that 3. 11-year-old novice out there. We got Carol Colath, record, Blanker, and the Dominator Feist. That's a 492 ride, followed up by the 871, Carolyn Colath on that 1 and 2. The 726, a record, sitting on that 3. Whole lot of beginners league in this one as they work their way in and out, back down that last straight. But it's all Carol in this one. Carol going to get to the top of the podium. The 871, Colath going to get that 2. The 726 ride, a record, bringing it on home, rounding out your podium on that 3. 12-year-old novice on the track. We got Velez, Anderson, Cadwell, and Martin. This is a 246 total points race. The 874, Anderson, Cadwell sitting on that top spot with 2 points. The 876 of Martin sitting on that 2 spot with 4 points. Velez sitting on that 3 with 6. As they take it on down in and out of that last corner, back down that last straight. It's all Anderson Cadwell in this one. He's going to get to the top of the podium with that perfect day. The 876 ride of Martin going to get that overall 2, and the 299 of Les going to get your overall 3. 13-year-old novice on the track now. We got Carol Evans, Phillips, Geese, and Lonsky. That's going to be the 791 ride. That's going to be Phillips sitting on that top spot, followed up by the 839 ride. So Phillips with the 1. Carroll going to get that 2. The 769 ride of Geese going to get that 3. 41-45 novice on the track. Now we got Fast Gramp some more. Big Wave, Charlie Luoma, Leaf Senior, Liam Perez. Cutting corners, rubbing bars as they round out corner number 2. That's going to be Fast Gramp sitting on that top spot. We got a Beginners League jersey sitting on that 2 spot, but it's going to go Fast Gramps getting that 1. The 854 ride, the Big Wave bringing it on home, battling it out. Did he hold on to it? I got to go down to the line. $854 holding on, so Big Wave holding on. Xanderleaf going to get that 3. 6-year-old intermediate on the track. I got Carnahan, Mogensen, McGowan, and Simmons. That's going to be Mogensen sitting on that top spot right now, bringing it on home. Carnahan trying to get that 2, so it's going to go Mogensen, Carnahan, Simmons, 1, 2, 3. 8-year-old intermediate on the track. We got the Electric Enzo Moss, McGowan all over Ford, and Simon. Electric Enzo Moss sitting on that top spot. We got all over Ford right on his hip pocket. Simon sitting on that 3 spot, taking them in and out of the full tilt turn, keeping them tire to tire as they work their way back down that last straight. It's all Moss right now. All over Ford trying to reel him in, but it's going to go Electric Enzo Moss all over Ford, and Simon holding on to that 3. 10-year-old intermediate on the track. We got Tough Cookie Ford, Birkeland, Cyclone Bar, Cash Money, Breheim, Lonsky, Schweigert, and Cannonball Brady. That's Tough Cookie Ford sitting on that top spot for Fusion right now. We got Birkeland sitting on that 2 spot. Cyclone sitting on that 3, bringing them on back down to the stripe. It's all Tough Cookie in this one. She's going to get the top of the podium. Birkeland going to get that 2. Cyclone holding on for that 3. 12-year-old intermediate, we got Geese, Zeke Lightning Moss, Dilly Bar Tilke, Twiz Tarnaski. That's the Dilly Bar sitting on that top spot. We got Twiz sitting on that 2 spot. The 312 ride, Zeke Lightning Moss sitting on that 3. Taking them in and out of the full tilt turn. It's all Tilke in this one right now. Black Sheep colors leading the way. Gold Cup 3, Gold Cup 2, down to the stripe. It's going to go the Dilly Bar with the 1. Twiz with the 2. Zeke Lightning Moss rounding out your podium on that 3. Welcome to the Girls Club. 7-year-old young ladies on the track. This is a 3-3-6 total points race. We got Bubbly Bella Mo, Casey Ray Mings tied at 3 points apiece. So how they cross is how they're going to get to the podium today. Kurth sitting on 6 points on that 3 spot. It's Casey Ray for Factory Rip sitting on that top spot right now. We got Bubbly Bella for Standard sitting on that 2 spot. Kurth for Bent Rim on that 3. Rounding out that full tilt turn, single file back down that last straight. It's going to go Casey Ray with the 1 in the overall 1. Bubbly Bella going to get that 2 in the overall 2. Kurth going to bring it on home for that overall 3. 10-year-old young ladies on the track. This is a 2-5-5 total points race. We got Miss Ray sitting on 2. The Fireball and Reichel sitting on 5 points apiece. So how they cross is how they're going to get to the podium today. Miss Ray going to lead them in and out of that full tilt turn, back down that last straight. Reichel holding on to that 2 spot right now. Fireball trying to reel her in as they bring it on back home. It's going to go Miss Ray with the 1 in the overall 1. Reichel going to get your 2 in your overall 2. The Fireball going to get that overall 3. 13-year-old young ladies on the track. We got Little Red McCauley, Firecracker Schweigert, Lanigan, and the Avocado Duncanson. That's going to be Little Red sitting on that top spot. We got Lanigan sitting on that 2. The Firecracker sitting on that 3 spot. Duncanson trying to find her way into the podium as they bring it on home. It's going to go Little Red with the 1. Lanigan with the 2. Firecracker rounding out your podium on that 3. 8-year-old expert on the track now, moto number 26. We got El Papi Ortiz, Simmons, Kurth, and Kurth working their way in and out of that first corner, back down that second straight. That's going to be El Papi Ortiz sitting on that top spot for Black Widow. We got Simmons sitting on that 2 spot. The Kurth brothers side by side battling it out, working their way back down that third straight, but it's all Black Widow in this one. El Papi Ortiz leading them in and out of the full tilt turn, back down that last straight. Simmons making a run at it on that 2 right now, but it's going to go Ortiz, Simmons, and looks like the 1 ride of Jake Kurth rounding out your podium on that 3. 9-year-old expert, we got Easy Escalona, Mr. Ray Ray, Slingshot, Stopka, and Simon. That's going to be Easy E sitting on that top spot. We got Mr. Ray Ray sitting on that 2 spot. The Chrome Dome, a Slingshot sitting on that 3, working their way back down that last straight. It's all level up in this one. Escalona going to get to the top of the podium. Mr. Ray Ray going to get that 2 spot. Slingshot going to get that 3. 12-year-old expert out there now. We got Hertz, T-Train, Hoff, Simmons, and Flying Hot Dog Lawrencer. That's going to be Hertz sitting on that top spot. We got T-Train sitting on that 2 spot. Simmons sitting on that 3. Taking them in and out, single file, back down that last straight, keeping them tire to tire. T-Train making a run at Hertz as they bring it back down that last straight, but Hertz going to hold on for the 1. T-Train going to get that 2. Simmons going to round out your 3. 14-year-old expert out there, we got Xanderbolt, Moss, Lockinen, and Chaotic Kendall Eland. Another 2-4-6 total points race. That's going to be Chaotic Kendall leading them in and out of corner number 2. We got Lockinen sitting on that 2 spot. Xanderbolt for Crank Labs sitting on that 3. Working their way in and out of the full tilt turn. It's all Chaotic Kendall in this one. She's going to lead them on back down to the stripe. She's going to cross first with your overall 2. Lockinen crossing second with the overall 1. Xanderbolt going to get that overall 3. Last rack of our main event, 26-35 expert. We got the Atomic Kennedy, Pinsky, Tufty, Mo, Bowman, Cachalo, Simmons, Olberg, and Kim Possible, Farley. That's going to be the Atomic Kennedy sitting on that top spot. Pinsky, Tufty moving up into that 2. Bowman on that 3, side by side down to the stripe. It's going to go Kennedy, Bowman, Pinsky, Tufty, and Mo, the Ninja Killer, can't get to the podium today. That's going to do it for our Sunday Funday race in action. Please remember, we are 100% run by volunteers. Take a look around your area. Pick up any trash you may have dropped, any crumbs your kids may have left on the floor. We will see you back Tuesday night, Tuesday, Friday practice. Don't forget, 2 weeks away from our big spectacular event. Enter that coloring contest or get yourself entered into the trunk or treat. Have a great week.